Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video I want to share with you some new makeup. There's a couple of things that are not new. I really have been loving this makeup. There's only two products that I haven't used before, so I'm going to try them on this video and then I'll let you know if for some reason they didn't wear all day or they didn't look right or they broke down or something like that in a pinned comment. So I already have my face prepped with all my skincare, and one I'm using for my primer, which I've been loving for weeks now, has been my Beauty SPF, lightly tinted. It doesn't really give you any coverage, but just so that you don't have a white cast. And it has vitamin C. It works as your skincare and your SPF at the same time, so I've really been loving it. And it's not too glowy. It absorbs into the skin really nice. So I'm going to start with the DIOR Forever Skin Correct. This is their concealer. And I got a new one. I'm almost out of mine, so I had a gift card to Dillard's and I was able to purchase the concealer and one of the foundations. I got the one that is the Dewy Foundation, the Flawless Radiant Foundation. I actually own both. I got the other one through Ulta because I had some Ulta points. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use one half of my face with a glowy, the other half with the matte. I've been loving both. The glowy doesn't have too much glow. The matte is not matte. The matte has more like a natural finish. And this has, to me, the glowy one has more like a satin finish. It doesn't, I don't look oily by the end of the day. They last all day. They look beautiful. They have amazing coverage. So I'm going to start with my concealer first, because I find that if I start with a concealer first, I use a little less foundation. This mirror has like a 10 times mirror. I cannot do my makeup with a 10 times mirror. The reason I've been started using the concealer first, I actually, when I went to buy the makeup at Dillard's and the girl wanted to do my makeup, I said, okay, so I sat down. She did a beautiful job. She removed everything I had, which was a day that I hardly had any makeup on because I just threw something on. I was getting my hair done. But she started with the concealer first. And I kind of like that. And I have seen some of my friends do it. But I'm so used to always doing it not the wrong way. I don't think there's a wrong way. I shouldn't say that. You do your makeup how you like it. Okay, there's no right or wrong way. Or no right or wrong product. You have to do whatever you think looks good on you and what makes you happy. But for me, I mean, doing it the old way, I felt like I was using a little more foundation because I was bringing it up too high, where I feel that if I do my concealer first, I don't want to put foundation under my eyes because the foundation is a lot thicker and I feel that it's going to look too heavy under my eyes. Even though I never tried to do that, I was taking it up too high. So this concealer, it really is a beautiful concealer. So I knew that I was almost out and my gift card was enough for me to get both of them. But it was so nice. I felt like she was so sweet. I felt pampered. Sometimes when I get I don't do it very often, but the couple of times that I've had my makeup done, I've had it done by Lancome and then one time Clinique. I don't know, I just felt a little stressed and almost like you're trying to sell me everything that you're putting on my face. Well, this lady from Lancome did not do that. I didn't feel pressure like that with her, even though, I mean, I'm an easy sell, okay? You can sell me the Brooklyn Bridge if you tell me that there's makeup on top of it. I didn't feel that she was trying to sell me anything. I knew I was going for the foundation. I realized I had enough money for one more product. And I went ahead and I got the concealer because I knew I was almost out. So on my left side, we're going to use the Radiant. The Radiant has a 25 SPF, has niacinamide, of course, hyaluronic acid. It's a 24-hour wear with 36-hour hydration. Now, I don't wear my makeup for 24 hours, but I have to say that I've made myself 3 times. I've been wearing these for about 2 weeks. Straight. It's the only foundation I've been wanting to wear because it's absolutely gorgeous. And I've done the comparison of using the pump that comes out. It's not a big pump, which I also enjoy. I like foundations that don't give you too much product when you pump them out because you can always get more, but I don't want to waste it, okay? But I feel that I've worn them like for 12 hours at least 3 times, and I've worn them one foundation on one side and the matte on the other. and it has looked beautiful at the end of the day. Yes, my oils come in and I'm a little glowy, but I don't feel greasy. I don't feel like I have to touch up. I don't feel like uncomfortable. It doesn't feel heavy on my skin. It is just absolutely gorgeous. I also have a DIOR product that is like a serum, but it's like a glowy serum that I absolutely love using it underneath the matte foundation. But today I'm not doing that. I'm just using it because not everybody, that's pricier than the foundation. The foundation comes in 42 shades. It is $60. Now, if you get it like at Ulta, and you have a 20% off coupon, you can get it for 20% off with DIOR. I still have a lot left. I shouldn't have pumped that much. Should have done like half a pump. But it does a great job of covering my hyperpigmentation. And you guys, I have a lot to cover, okay? But as you can see, this is the glowy one. It doesn't look that glowy. If I were to have to choose one high-end foundation for the rest of my life and one that I wear a lot, it would be DIOR or Chanel. I think they're pricey, but let me tell you something. You get your money's worth. I have never been disappointed by a Chanel or a DIOR foundation. I feel that whenever I invest in their products, especially foundations, I have been very, very happy with it. I have quite a bit left over. So let me wipe that off. But that is one side with, one side without. And you can tell the difference. I think that looks really, really nice. Does it cover 100% of my spots? No, but I'm okay with that. I have real skin. I don't have porcelain skin or doll skin or baby skin that is not going to have imperfections, okay? I have the real stuff. Now, when I looked at the ingredients of the one that is the matte one, I didn't see niacinamide. I only saw hyaluronic acid. So maybe I didn't look far enough. This also comes in 42 shades. It's also $60. Has a 24-hour wear. It doesn't say that it has a 36-hour hydration. So it's probably the niacinamide that is added to the glowy one that is giving you the hydration for the 36 hours. I got both of them in the shade 2N, and I think they're beautiful. I think the thing that I try to pour a little less this time. I think one of the things that I love the most about Chanel and DIOR, I think they actually get their undertones right. So many other foundations, I wear a neutral. Sometimes I can wear cool. I have a neutral undertone, so I can get away with cool sometimes, unless it's super pinky or super peachy. I feel that sometimes the neutrals are so yellow that I do not like that. I don't know if I put any on my nose, but we'll go over my nose with this one. My nose looks like it doesn't have. So my nose is all going to be the matte, okay? Because I don't want to pump out any more of the dewy. And I dip wipe down the brush, but this brush really doesn't absorb a lot of products. Now you can see the difference on my forehead. This side does look a little glowier than this one, but this foundation does not really look very matte at all. And if you have normal skin, when your oils come in, you're gonna get the same glow. I know some matte foundations feel heavy on your face, and they feel, like you can feel them. They look super cakey, very makeup-y. Yes, you can tell that I have foundation on, but if I'm going to be wearing foundation, I'm not trying to hide that I'm wearing foundation. I'm not trying to look like my face looks natural. Everybody that I know knows what I look like without makeup, so they're going to know. And knowing me, they know I wear makeup all the time. So I'm not trying to hide that. So as you can see, this also gives you beautiful coverage. A lot of my hyperpigmentation is hiding. You really can't see it there. This is a beautiful, beautiful foundation. I did have the original one because this is a reformulated one. I love this one just as much. And I thought about doing half of my face with the new one, half of my face with the old one. But then I wanted to show you both the glowy and the matte. I didn't want to do a separate video for one of them. So let me know if this is something that you would like to see, or maybe you want to see it in the shorts. I'll be more than happy to do that for you. Show the old compared to the new. But I feel like you can go without powder with this foundation. It really does set, and it doesn't feel super sticky or dewy or anything like that. Now, the matte foundation is supposed to be transfer free. Now, I don't know what they mean by that. It transfers on my phone, so I don't feel like it's transfer free, but it is a lovely foundation. I absolutely love it. I think it's beautiful. Okay, so the other day I showed you guys the Physicians Formula cream bronzer, which I absolutely love. I've been using this so much. I really love it. You get a lot of product. You get 30 grams, 1 ounce. That's a lot of product. You're gonna have this like forever. Okay, so this is the Physicians Formula. It is called the Bronze Booster. This only comes in this one shade. It doesn't come any darker. It doesn't come any lighter. And this is the shade. It is a little warm, but I don't feel like it looks orangey. I like it. I really do. It doesn't have the Physicians Formula scent, that coconut beachy scent. It has a little bit, very little of like a makeup scent. But really, you have to put your nose right up to it to smell it. Now, the Chanel brings also 30 grams, 1 ounce. Wow, that's pretty good for Chanel. This is a Chanel. The shade looks, even though it doesn't look that similar when you compare them in their packaging, I don't know, starting to look more similar now. I don't know, what do you think? This is the Physicians, this is the Chanel. Right now, but mine is very old. I would say the Physicians feels a little more creamy. Chanel also only comes in one shade. So now I got the number 7. I've heard a lot of good reviews about the number 7. This one comes in 3 shades, light, medium, and tan. I got the medium because the light looked very light. And this is, it says a medium glow. This brings 36 grams, 1.26. This is, I believe, $18.99. The Physicians Formula is $16.99. And you can find this on their website or the Target website. Target does have it. Haven't used this one. This one's going to look darker. That's the Physicians Formula. So we're going to try this one today. Okay, I'm going to use this brush from e.l.f. This is supposed to be the liquid blush. So I'm just going to go in the pan with the brush. And I'm going to go very lightly because this is a very dark, a lot darker than I normally go for. But like I said, the light one just looked like super light. So I wish I had a bigger mirror. I do have a bigger mirror here, but guys, I broke another mirror. Okay, at the rate I'm going, I'm going to be dead before my bad luck is over. But you know what? I'm not superstitious. I don't believe in that. But the little cute one, silver one that I had, that I got on Amazon, I dropped it and broke it. And I don't want to reorder it right now because my husband's going to say, "Are you crazy, Clara? Didn't you just get this mirror?" Yes, I did. This is the one that I use for the foundation. There's no additional product. I just want to go over it. So that looks nice. I mean, at least it looks nice to me in the mirror. I don't know how it looks on video. I will find out when I do the editing. That's when the truth comes out, doing editing. Editing is very brutal. So this looks very pretty. It just takes a little bit. I just dipped it very lightly. But that looks nice. Okay, I'm going to take whatever is left, not much. Let me dip a little more. Go on my forehead. But that looks nice, right? Let me know. Does it look too orange to you? It doesn't look too orange to me. I think that looks very pretty. That doesn't look too orange to me. I'm going to grab a little. Okay, I think that is a pretty shade. Again, you can go lighter. You can go darker. I really do appreciate the fact that this comes in different shades. One shade is just not inclusive enough. You need options, and this one gives you the options, and this looks very pretty. Okay, the other new product that I have not used is also from number 7, and I got the Duo. This is the Pro Artist Color Glow Lip and Cheek Duo. Now, I'm not going to use that on my lips. This brings the highlighter, which has like a little bit of a pink glow. Very subtle, but right up my speed. And it does bring a little cap. And I always, I'm going to leave it off for now because I'm going to be using it. but I always replace those. That will keep your product from drying out. And then it has this beautiful blush. It did have a couple of different options for the blushes, but I picked this one. This one is more like a peachy pink, and I just wanted, it's called Peach Coral, and then the highlighter is called Rose Gold. But I just wanted something that was a little different. Most of my blushes are more like mauve or rosy colors, so I wanted something like this. I think this looks pretty. It feels balmy, but as long as it doesn't feel heavy on my skin, we'll see. I'm gonna leave it like that to see if it dries down or if it feels heavy. It doesn't feel heavy on my hand, but the hand is one thing and the face is another. Let's go ahead and do the blush. Put it on the back of my hand, and I'm gonna pick it up from there. Oh, that is pretty. Okay, that's better. You can see it better now. I think that's pretty. It's a very pretty shade. I'm sure you can build it up, but we're gonna leave it like that for now. And then if I feel like I need a little more, it doesn't feel heavy. I mean, I can feel it when I touch my cheek, but it doesn't feel very heavy on my cheek right now. Some blushes, cream blushes, you can feel them on your skin and they feel kind of heavy, almost like an ointment-like feeling, and this one doesn't do that. So it's very pretty. And I've also heard that they're very long lasting. So I am also going to leave in a pinned comment if this was long lasting. I can tell you that the foundation is. The foundation is going to look just as beautiful at the end of your day, regardless of how many hours, unless you go 25 hours. You know, because it's only 24-hour foundation, so it will expire. It will fall off your face at 24 hours. But as long as, you know, you wear it normally, I think you're going to be very, very happy with it. That is gorgeous. All right, so the palette that I want to use today is one that has been retired twice and is back again, and it's from Makeup by Mario. And the reason I'm showing you this is because the Sephora sale is coming up. It's coming up, I believe, my friend Jen from Jen D Beauty, on April 4th, I believe she said. I have not received the actual email letting me know yet, but it's the original Ethereal Eyes. This is gorgeous, and as you can see, I have actually used this one. Look at these shadows over here. I have really used those. And sometimes, even if I'm using another palette, I'll come in and use this one here because it's such a beautiful eyeshadow palette. Now, he has several Ethereal eyeshadow palettes. I own all of them. This one is the Moonlight. This was the one I have used the least. And I have used it, but not that much. And they're all available. I'm pretty sure they're all available still. But I'm hoping that he leaves the Ethereal Eyes, the original one. He just leaves it. This one is gorgeous. I love this one. If I were to choose, I would get the Ethereal Eyes. This will be number 1. This will be number 2. And the one with the navy would be number 3. So those will be my choices. And then the matte ones that he has, I will skip those. Okay. If you need a nice matte palette, get the Natasha Denona. She has a cool one and a warm one. The ones that are like $27. Get those. Those are so much better, in my opinion. I'm going to go into this shade right here. Let's put this upside down so I don't blind you. This shade right here. This month, I have been so stressed over things that are going on in the news that I think that's part of the reason I can't sleep. Because even when I'm sleeping, I feel like I'm not fully asleep. It's like my mind is still going. And I have been so stressed out about some of the things that are going on in the news. And this my channel is not political, okay? This is a place that I come to get away from it. And I'm hoping that you guys come to for the same reasons. I'm not going to go into details. But I love reading, but I have not been reading that much. And I actually read 3 books this month. I will link them below in case you are interested. I put one up on my community page, which was Theo from Golden. That is such an amazing, feel-good book. I absolutely loved it, and I read it on my Kindle. I actually prefer to read real books. I don't feel like I get the same experience reading on my Kindle than I do from reading an actual book, but I don't have room in my house for a lot of books. So unfortunately, a lot of the books that I read, they have to be from a Kindle. Then I read Dagger Mouth. That one is a 2-book series, but the second book has not been released yet. I think it's supposed to be released later this year or the beginning of 2027. It was a really good book. It's like a fantasy. Okay, I'm going to take this flat brush and I'm going to go into the darker shade right here. If you don't like spice in your book, this book has a lot of spice. I don't care either way, you know. If the story is good, it doesn't offend me. So I don't care. It's not something that I look for in a book. But if it's there, it's there, and I read it, and I'm okay with it. But I know a lot of people don't like it. So if that's the case, and I will list all of them. They're all on Amazon, and I will list them. The third one is by Frida McFadden, and it was the Inmate. That was good. Now, Frida McFadden, I've read so many of her books. She's the one that did the book The Housemaid, that they made it into a movie. And her books are so good, and there's no spice or anything. It's just entertaining, and it's usually like more like a light thriller. They're not like Stephen King or anything like that, but they're just really, really entertaining books. They're really, really good. So if you're looking for some good books, I'll list them below, and I'll put in the comments again that the one Dagger Mouth is, it does have spice, in case you're against that, and that's fine. Not everybody likes the same thing. And like I said, it's not something I look for in a book. But if it's there, I mean, I read it. It's not, I still read the book. It's no big deal to me. So, yeah, I've actually read 3. I'm actually reading Still Alice. Not reading, that one is an audiobook because I'm getting it through the library, through the application Libby. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but if you have a library card, you can download the application Libby and check out audiobooks or regular books, you know, through your Kindle. I don't really care for audiobooks to begin with. To me, it's hard to find the time to listen. I usually try to do it as I'm doing something. I'll listen to the audiobook. But then, like, if my husband's home, that means I have to wear my earbuds. And I don't know. It's just, to me, it's too inconvenient. If I'm just laying down in bed listening to it, I fall asleep. Maybe I should do that at night. But then I have to figure out where I was. So it's just too much work. Okay, I'm going to go into this darker brown right here now. And I'm just putting it on the tip. This is a Shoto 02. I absolutely love these Shoto brushes from REPHR. They are so good. Oh my goodness. They're so, I don't know, there's something about them. They're so fluffy. And I don't know. It's something, they're really, really one of my favorite brushes to use. I have several. They come in a set of 3. And all 3 of them are amazing. But anyways, those books are really, really good. I really enjoy them. So I'm reading Still Alice. And Still Alice, I don't want to give it away. I just started it, so I can't give you much away anyway. But it's basically about a woman. She's a professional. She's in her 50s. And she gets early Alzheimer's. So I haven't gotten to the part yet where she's really struggling with it. But I've heard it's a really good book. They did make it into a movie, and I believe it's Michelle Pfeiffer that plays Alice. But I'll list them below in case you need something to numb your mind. But usually I numb my mind by watching YouTube. But to tell you the truth, I have not been watching too many YouTube videos except for my friends. Those are about the only ones I've been watching. I just haven't, there's nothing out there that really has been. I watch all my friends. I mean, I have quite a few friends that have channels, and I do watch them. I'll list those friends below too in case you haven't. I think most of you probably have already subscribed to them, but just in case you haven't. Emily Noel, I don't miss any of her videos. I feel like I'm watching a friend. I'm talking to a friend while she's doing her makeup. She's amazing. I'm going to put a little bit of the Gourmand Girls eyeshadow glitter primer. I'm going to grab a little bit of the brush, and I'm just going to put it over here. And the reason I'm doing is because as much as I love this palette, you can get a lot of fallout. So I'm just covering my bases, trying to eliminate the fallout. But to me, it's worth it. This is such a pretty special occasion palette. I don't know, it just gives you the most beautiful eyeshadow looks. Okay, so I'm going to go into this one right here. I'm going to use it on the inner part. Even closer so you can see the beauty of this eyeshadow. And it really even looks better, I think, if you use your finger. But I'm trying to minimize all of the fallout. Okay, I'm going to go on the other side. I'm going to pick up this one right here, which is darker, and I'm going to put it in the center. And I'm going to turn the brush to where the lighter one is and just whatever's left. Then I'm going to go into this lighter one, and I am going to use my finger for that. I'm just going to pat it. See, this is very shimmery, so that's why I say, I mean, you can wear it anytime, guys. You can wear this whenever. I mean, it's morning, and if we go out, you don't think I'm going to be wearing this? I'm not going to take it off and say I have too much glitter on my eyes. I want you to know something funny. The other day, I was wearing an eyeshadow palette, which I actually ended up not liking. It was one, I love What's Up Beauty eyeshadows, but this is one that they made for, I'm going to take the side that has a darker one and just go over. This is one that they made for Ipsy. It's a tiny one. And I was wearing it to my son's house. And the baby, she's 2.5, she goes, Uwa. They call me Uwa. They don't call me grandma or abuela. She goes, close your eyes. So I close my eyes. She goes, oh, sparkly. So beautiful. I was dying. She was so funny. I said, girl, you and Alyssa make me so happy when it comes to makeup, because you're going to be my, I can't wait. I can't wait till my 12-year-old now, she's 12, till she's old enough for me to take her makeup shopping. Oh my goodness. So fun. She goes, it's so sparkly. And then she was touching it with her finger, like very gently, and then looking at her finger to see if she had any. And that was one that was all over my face. I don't mind having a little bit of fallout on my face, just a little. I don't like a lot, but I don't like having a little bit of fallout if it looks beautiful. But that one didn't look beautiful. It really looked like a very cheap drugstore makeup. And I left it on because, you know, I wasn't going to go through the trouble of removing it, but I didn't like it. I immediately pulled it out, put it in my giveaway pile. Not giveaway, but to give it to. I have a niece that, it's my nephew's wife. She has a big family, and they have a lot of girls in her family. So I'm going to go back to the gold. And they love when I give them makeup. So about 3 or 4 times a year, when I declutter some stuff, I pass it on to them. And then if I have anything that's brand new, I give it to the women's shelter. And sometimes when it's way too much, I do send some to Project Share, which they do take gently used makeup. They even take skincare, as long as it's in a, you know, like the kinds that have like a pump or, you know, a squeezy bottle or something that you don't dip your fingers in. They do accept that. Gently used, so I do send it to them. But the thing with them is that it gets expensive to ship to them because I have to pay for my own shipping. So I'm going to take this shade right here. Actually, I'm going to mix both of these at the bottom. I just put a little bit on the outer lower lash line, very close to the lash line. I don't like my lower lash line to be very thick. I just feel like it makes it look like I have even darker, you know, under eyes. I try to keep it as close to the lash line as possible. Oh guys, I wanted to mention to you, and I will be putting it up on my community page, but tomorrow, Saturday, Estee Lauder is going to have, tomorrow's not Saturday, tomorrow's Friday. Okay, today's Thursday. I'm confused. On Saturday, Estee Lauder, their Double Wear Concealer is going to be 50% off at Ulta. And I'm seriously thinking about getting a backup. I use that concealer all the time. Now remember, if you order it online, I'm going to get just a little bit of powder. And I'm using the L'Oreal Perfection, the one that is translucent. Right here If you get it online, remember that it runs very, very, very low. I have it in the shade 2N, which is a light medium, and I never wear light medium concealer. But I got the light neutral, and this is just powder. And it was way too light. So just remember that. Keep that in mind as you're ordering. You may want to go one shade up. And if it's wrong, you can always take it back and exchange it. Ulta will let you do that. But yeah, they run very light. So this is the final look. Let me do my brows really quick off camera. I'm using the L'Oreal Brow Stylist really quick. It's a really thin pencil. I've done this 1,000 times. It is very boring. I'll be right back. My camera cut off. I don't know where I left you, but I used a little bit of concealer in my dark caverns right here. Going back to the palette, I'm going to grab a little bit of the lightest shimmer right there and just bring it in here because I kind of removed a little bit with a concealer. And just on the very tip, I just want to use a little bit in my inner corner, not a lot. With that glitter glue, I don't have any fallout on my face whatsoever. And that is so nice. Makes a huge difference. And I love that glitter glue. It is so thin. It is like a gel-like. You only need a little bit. I do have a discount code with Gourmand Girls. I will list it below. It's Clara10. She has some amazing products. Even her eyeshadow palettes. If you're into color, Gourmand Girl has amazing colorful eyeshadow palettes. I don't own a lot of her eyeshadow palettes because I'm boring and I don't wear a lot of color. But she does have some really pretty eyeshadows. Okay, for mascara, I'm going to be using the new one from Lancome. This is called the Curl Goddess. And this is supposed to give you curl on your lashes that don't droop. They last all day. It's supposed to have a 24-hour wear. Now, I don't wear my mascara for 24 hours ever. And I don't wear my makeup for 24 hours. By the end of the day, I can't wait to take my makeup off. As much as I love it, I don't like it on me that long. I think this gives you really beautiful lashes. However, if you have seen the ads that they show, my lashes never look like that. This is what it looks like. And if you've seen the ads, you probably have seen the ads. My lashes never look the way the ads look. So, but it does give you pretty lashes. I'll show you the brush. If you see the brush, it kind of like curves. It's kind of strange. It's different. It's almost like a spiral. It's an interesting brush. And it's an interesting mascara. And it does give you pretty lashes. But I don't know. Maybe this is a little older now than when I first tried it. I tried it. This is like the 4th time me trying it. And I like it. I think it gives you really pretty lashes. But those girls on the ads, wow, their lashes, my lashes don't look anything like that. But it is nice. It's a really nice mascara. I love Lancome. They have really amazing mascaras, except for their original one, the Finicils or something like that. I don't like that. That is like putting water on my lashes. Doesn't do anything for me. But the Mr. Big, the Hypnose Drama, all the other ones, I'm here for it. So this is what it looks like after one coat. I just got some of my, and I know better than to rub it, but yeah, I'll fix it. But it does give you some pretty lashes. So it doesn't smudge, it doesn't flake. So those claims are true. And I mean, if it's supposed to last 24 hours, it shouldn't smudge or flake, right? I never really have any trouble with my mascara smudging, except for my lower lash line. And I think it's because I wear eye cream all the time. And I refuse to skip that. I'd rather just use a tubing mascara or waterproof mascara on my lower lash line and then skip eye cream because I need my concealer to look nice. And I have other options for my mascara. So this one is a nice one. I think it does a nice job separating. I feel like it gives you a decent length. It gives you a nice volume. It gives you good curl, but I always get good curl on my lashes because my lashes have natural curl. But do you need it? No, you don't need it. There's amazing drugstore mascaras, but I do like to dabble into the high-end sometimes. Okay, so this is what it looks like with one coat. Let me do 2 coats and I will be right back. Okay, so this is after 2 coats. Now this mascara also dries pretty quickly. Not fast enough that I can still do one coat, and then go back and do my second coat on both eyes. It doesn't dry that fast that I feel like I need to finish one eye before the other. Unless you take too long. If you take too long, then I would do one eye first and then go to the other one. But I think it does it so that it holds the curl. So as you can see, I think my lashes look pretty nice, definitely curly. But I like the fact that it dries quickly because sometimes you can make a mess. You know, like sometimes if I blink too hard or if I sneeze and your mascara is still wet, we all know what that does. So I think that it's a very, very pretty mascara. I really do enjoy that. Now let me look at my eyeshadow and see if I'm happy with what I'm seeing. I think that looks very pretty. And like I said, I love this for a special occasion look. I think it's so beautiful. All right, so for my lips, I have been loving the Physicians Formula. I did a shorts on this and I showed you guys how it looks, but I have been loving the Bronze Booster Sun Tint. This is for your lips or cheeks. I have not used it on my cheeks, but I absolutely love it on my lips. I think it looks so, so pretty. So I'm going to use this lip liner from Vive, and this is in the shade Rumor. I love the lip tint because it has a really nice wear time. It looks very pretty on your lips. It doesn't look dry. And then you can always wear like a lip balm or lip oil, lip gloss over it. But I like wearing it just by itself. I've worn it before without a lip liner and it looks fine. And you get a lot in here, 10 grams. And they also have one that is more like a pink with a little bit of purple in it. This one is the bronzy one. The only thing I wish they had a bigger doe foot. But if you don't line your lips, this doe foot will be easier to use because I have used it without a lip liner and I can pretty much line my lips with that doe foot. So usually what I do is I let it dry, and it doesn't take long for it to dry. It dries pretty quickly. And then I apply a second coat and it tastes sweet. It smells fruity. But it's not overwhelming. It's not something that if you don't like scents, it's not going to bother you. I really have to like bring it close to me to smell it. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Look how pretty that is. That is so, so pretty. And again, you can just use one layer and it's going to be lighter. But I think that's a beautiful shade. Thank you so, so much for spending some time with me. I hope that you enjoyed this look. If you have any questions about any products that I used, like I said, this is a gorgeous palette. If you have been tempted by any of his Etherial palettes, this one to me, the original one, is the prettiest one. So, so, so pretty. It's the one that I have used the most. You can tell. You look at the shimmers. You can tell that I really dipped in there. It's so beautiful. And if you use a glue primer, I don't have any fallout on my face whatsoever. None. I have none. Not even one. That is the trick. All right, you guys. Listen. Have an amazing, amazing day, night, evening, weekend, whenever it is you're watching this. Thank you so, so, so much for spending some of your precious time with me. I know some of my videos can get a little lengthy, but guys, I try to share as much as I can with you, okay? And I like chatting. I like talking to you guys. You're my only friends that I can talk to about makeup. My family, some of them like makeup, but they're not obsessed with it like I am. All right, you guys, I love you, and I will see you on my next video. If you haven't subscribed, I hope you consider doing so. And if you come back week after week, I so really appreciate it. It means the world to me. And I can't wait to talk to you in the comments. Talk to you later, guys. Love you. Bye. Mwah.